Alright, time for another mail call, and this time, this package should show you the new direction for the black-white deck for Teysa. If you've been listening, you know I've been having a lot of problems with Teysa, trying to figure out which way I wanted her to go. How do I open this? Oh, there we go. And Walter Harmon told me about Nalia Darnice. So Nalia Darnice, she's not a cleric. It's pretty well packaged. I like that. This comes from boltthebird.cz. Thank you, Bolt the Bird, for packaging these so well. So Nalia, there she is. Nalia Darnice. So she's not a cleric, she's a rogue. But she lets me look at the top card of my library whenever I fucking feel like it. And I may cast cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard spells on top of my library. Beginning combat on my turn if I have a full party. Now, full party cares about the number of creatures. So if you have a shapeshifter that is all creature types, it does not count. That is not a full party. You have to have 4 creatures. So if I have the full party, I put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control, and they gain death touch until end turn. Nice. So I'm going to switch the deck to, she's going to be the commander, and it's going to be a party deck. I will have a few non-party creatures, probably Sun Titan, Grave Titan, that sort of thing. But it gives me a new direction. It's still black-white. Still keeps the core of the deck. I'll probably take a lot of the tokens out. But it allows me to play a lot of the clerics that I liked. And I'm really looking forward to building it. Got this clever concealment for her. So 2 white, and you can convoke it. And any target non-land permanents, you control permanents. Most of these only deal with your creatures. For example, Eerie Interlude, you can exile creatures. Glorious Protector, exile non-angel creatures until she leaves play. But this, so my enchantments too. So it's kind of like a Teferi's Protection where they can still hit me. So it's not that great in response to combat when a lot of creatures are coming, but it's pretty goddamn good when it comes to board wipe. Let me pull her out of the sleeve so I can see her more clearly. That's a good sleeve. I'll probably use that one. So there she is. That's the new commander, Nalia Darnice, legendary human rogue. Alright, so over the weekend I'll build that and show you what I come up with. I've got to go through my collection and find some black wizards, white wizards, black warriors. Shouldn't be too hard, I think. Not hard at all. I got him for Aurelia. So Aurelia, the Goblin Trenches Planar Birth idea, it works, but I don't really use it. I don't go after it. Whenever I cast a Lane Tutor, not a Lane Tutor. Yeah, a Lane Tutor. When I cast Lane Tutor, I don't go for that. I don't care. The goblin creatures that create goblin tokens and the other creatures that are more than sufficient, so I don't need the Goblin Trenches. I'm going to pull those out and put them into another deck, and I'll show you that commander in just a moment when I get to the next package. So Duke Older Raven Guard, he got 6, so he's pumping up her overall CMC by a lot. I mean, Goblin Trenches is 3, Planar Birth is 2, so it goes from 3 to 6. And then the other card I'm going to put in basically doubles. So Goblin Trenches is 3, he takes it to 6. Planar Birth is 2, the card I'm going to replace Planar Birth in costs 5 actually. Wow. Well, anyway. So at the beginning of combat on my turn, another target creature I control gains haste and merit until end of turn. So whenever it attacks, and he doesn't have to attack, he can just sit there and look cool. He can just sit there and hang out. So another creature gains haste, and whenever I attack, it create tokens. And that's what I want to do, make tokens. Smash. And then Bolt the Bird had this alternate Wells of the Eldraine Enchanted Tales. Yeah, Enchanted Tales. So he had this Enchanted Tales Blind Obedience for cheap. So I went ahead and picked it up. I'll replace the Blind Obedience that I have in the deck now because it's the same art for all of them, and it's nice to have the different art. and this is pretty cool. So I'll probably still have blind obedience. Let's get to the next package. Let's show you what else I got. Yeah, let's show you what else I got. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna build? I'm gonna build some cool shit to entertain you, brothers. Yeah, it's a soul ring. So Cube, he bought the Bloomborough Squirrel deck, and the soul ring. I looked at it and I thought, wow, that's beautiful. I want one. Yeah, too bad it's not foil. It'd be so nice if it's foil, but it's not. And it's also nice that it's not the shitty foil. I mean, they could have foiled the whole deck with that shitty surge weird process that I hate so much. So they could have fucked it up, but they didn't. Same with the Arcane Signet. I thought this is really cute. I really like it. So went and picked. It was only 7 crowns, which is about 10 euro cents, maybe 12 euro cents. The Dark Knights of Valley hold no horrors for bat folk clerics and warriors. It mentions clerics and okay, so I should put this into Nalia instead of that mentions bat folk too, the soul ring. So I'll put these in because they're cool. I want to use them. Trinity Prestige, my LGS, they had this Kamigawa Death Denied, so that's going into Carador to replace the modern, I think it's for Modern Horizons. Or maybe it's Eternal Masters, to replace the other one, so he gets his Kamigawa Death Denied. I try to put as many Kamigawa specific cards in there as possible. That's why he's altered. If I'll link to the video where I show him off so you can see how he's altered. They also had a foil Frontline Medic, so I've got a shiny one now. Went and picked up an Urza's Cave. The reason I picked this up is I thought I would put it into this deck, into Nelia, but now I'm thinking I might put it in something else. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I've got one in Roby. It does good work. So I figured, what the hell, pick up another one because it'll go in somewhere, that's for damn sure. Net Collector. Always thought the original Net Collector is kind of neat. So I got this one. It was cheap. The art is hilarious. I love it. So 6 for 1/1 Human Druid. So he can die to a stiff wind. Beginning of my upkeep, and only my upkeep, I may create a green squirrel token. And if 7 cards in my graveyard, all my squirrels get +1, +2, +2. They all get big. I'm thinking of putting him in the commander I'm about to show you. He could go into Corvold, but Corvold needs his token generators to come out soon. He needs the token generators to come out before he does, and he's only 5 CMC, so he's coming down pretty damn soon. This other commander, she can come down, and the token generators can come down later and start swinging. So I'll show you that in a minute. Treasury Thrall. 6 mana for a 4/4 Thrall. Okay, it's not a warrior, a cleric, wizard, or rogue, but whenever it attacks, I can return an artifact, creature, or enchantment from a graveyard to my hand. And it's got Extort, so I'm thinking of this as one of the beaters, one of the cool effects to have. And of course, if I have Deathbringer Liege, it's 6/6, so it's more no trample, no evasion. But he doesn't need to connect. All he needs to do is attack. I also got this guy. I got this guy for the original, thinking of the Teysa direction of the clerics, and the Extort going in Orzhov direction. So actually, this guy is probably not going to go in. I don't know. I'm thinking about it because that remove a counter from target non-land permanent, that could be useful. I'm not sure where this would be the most useful, but that is an interesting effect. So there's a lot of things that get counters these days. Planeswalkers, counters on creatures, different kinds of counters, shield counters, flying, trample, all the shit from Ikoria. So I want to put this guy in a deck, but I don't know which one. Maybe into Nelia, but not sure. And I also got this for the same direction, the same idea of doing an Orzhov deck, but since I'm going away from the Orzhov idea, from Teysa being the commander, to a party deck, I don't need him, but he still does what he does. He still adds additional mana for swamps, and he still has extort. So maybe I should keep some kind of spirit. Do I have a Cryptcast in Carador? I don't think... Fuck. Okay, if I don't have a Cryptcast in Carador, I'm going to. I also got this Yamama's Reach. So Yamama's Reach, go search your library for 2 basic land cards, show them off, put one on the battlefield tapped and the other in your hand, and then shuffle up your library. I got this one for the commander I'm about to show you. I've got one more card in my hand, and then you can see her, and I can tell you about the reason and what I plan to do with her. And I need some ramp. I've got an alternate art, full art Kodama's Reach. It's the one with the dude holding the scythe. I've got that one. Probably showed it in my last mail call video. I don't know. Grave Titan. I decided Hirobi needs a way to generate tokens, generate creatures I don't care about, so I can sacrifice them, because I've got random sacrifice effects. There's Ayla, First of Locthwain. There's oh, what's that? Valkyrie. The Black Valkyrie costs 4. She's a 4/3. Whenever you attack, you can spend 1 to black, sacrifice creature, and I think each opponent, I think everybody has sacrifice a creature or planeswalker if I boast. What the hell is she called? I can picture in my head. I can't remember what she's called. Which probably doesn't surprise anybody that has been watching my channel for a while. There she is, Saskia the Unyielding. So, I wanted to build a green-red deck. I wanted to build first off, I wanted to build a red direct damage deck. Mono red, I built it before, it's not good, it's weak. Unless you do a lot of crazy things like Daretti, it gets rolled over. It runs out of steam, it's not the way I play. I'm sure some people can make it good, but the way I want to play mono red, it is not good in multiplayer Commander. But I've got these red direct damage things. I've got a foil Jeskia, Warrior Adept. I've got a foil her brother. God, I can't remember its name. It starts with a K, and it's not Kodama. Jesus Christ. The hell is his name? The Barbarian. I've got a foil copy of him from Odyssey. He costs 6. He's a 6/1 with haste. He can tap and do 3 points of damage. This is pissing me off. I'm going to look that up. Sorry, just give me a minute. Let me look that up. If I don't know his name, how the hell am I supposed to look him up though? I just look up Barbarian 6 CMC. So do I get his name? Kamal Pitfighter. Here we go. So Kamal, I've got a foil Kamal Pitfighter, and I've got a sister Jessica, and I've got a foil Jorah Ballard. So Jay Ballard. Jorah is somebody different. Jorah is Gitu. Jay Ballard is something else. So I want to do red-green, I decided, because green would give me the ramp. Green would give me the ramp that I need to have these bigger red burn effects. Maybe even Latula, Keldon Overseer. Maybe I would put her in. I don't have a foil copy, but I've got a flat copy, but still. So, I thought green-red well, who would my commander be in green-red? I couldn't think of anybody. And then I thought, if I take the Goblin Trenches out of Aurelia, I still want to use it. I still want to use it somewhere. So what if I had green, red, white? Oh, I already have a Naya deck. I've got Voya, Jaws of the Conclave. So I don't want to build any decks that color combinations I already have. So I started thinking, okay, what about green, red, white, blue? Yeah, the commander there just doesn't really appeal to me. What if I went black? And I looked up 4 color commanders, saw Saskia, and I thought, okay, she's the one. She's the one because red, white, I can run Goblin Trenches, and I can run other token effects. Green lets me have Doubling Season. Green lets me have Ramp. Red lets me have direct damage. White lets me have protection, have Goblin Trenches. Green also lets me get my lands back. I can put a Conduit of Worlds in here. Black gives me recursion. Gives me ways of killing creatures to get them out of the way of my attackers. Also white gives me the ability to blink. I mean, you've been staring at Saskia for a few minutes and I've not said what she does. So, black, green, red, white. 3/4 legendary human soldier. Vigilance and haste. As soon as she comes in, she can attack. When she comes in, I choose a player. Whenever a creature I control hits somebody, it also deals damage to the player I chose. So I get 2 for 1. Now, what I thought would be funny, what I thought would be cool, excuse me, is if I had ways to blink her, right? So she comes to the battlefield, I choose somebody. If they're getting hammered and somebody else is getting stronger, it would be nice to blink her. She re-enters the battlefield, and I choose another player. Maybe I choose the guy that I'm attacking anyway for double damage, because you don't have to. Whenever your creature control deals combat damage to player, it deals them. So if you're attacking the player you chose, he takes double damage. That sounds pretty interesting. So, also, she's got a secret lair art that didn't quite look as aggressive as this one. This one looks really aggressive. I really like this one. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be slow. The mana base would be really expensive, but I thought, what if I just do what I did with Kenny? So Kenrith, his mana base is all basics except for 3. He's got a Thawing Glaciers, a Mana Confluence, and a what the fuck is it called? Jesus Christ. Fabled Passage. He's got a Fabled Passage. I knew I'd remember it. I knew it. Because he's also got Blood Moon, and because he has blue, a Back to Basics. Saskia, red, allows me to run Blood Moon. So what if I just ran her the same way with 8 of each basic land and just a few non-basics? So if I cast Blood Moon, I'm not hurting myself. So that's the direction I'm thinking to take, and that'll let me build her much quickly, because otherwise I'm going to want a Yevmai Hollow, an Urborg, a Cabal Coffers, and so on, and that gets expensive real fast. Urborg would be good, because as long as I play an Urborg to a Yawgmoth, if I've got a lot of plains, a lot of forests, a lot of mountains, I still have access to black. But that increases the cost of the deck, increases the time it takes to build it, because they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap at all. That's like 200 euros for those cards I just named. So if I just go with basics and a few non-basics, like a Forbidden Orchard, I ordered one of the Bloomburrow Commander Forbidden Orchards because it's really cute. So if I give her basics, a Forbidden Orchard, maybe a Rainbow Veil, that'd be really nice. Give her the Rainbow Veil that I've got. She doesn't need a Mana Confluence because it adds 5 mana, so it wouldn't feel right in the deck. Maybe City of Brass. Anyway, so minimize, absolutely minimize the non-basics. Go with basics, put a Blood Moon there, put a way to find it, maybe 2 ways to find it, and go to town. Do tokens and some cool creatures. She will get some of the creatures from Teysa. I've already thought that the Teysa Karlov would be good, because if I go tokens, Teysa Karlov, and she's black and white, perfect. She'll give them life, link, and vigilance. If I do throw Teysa Orlov Scion in here, that's another way of clearing out bigger creatures that I don't want to deal with. So that you have to look. And I already bought a card, especially for Saskia. I got Bailey and the Haymaker. Yes, the alternate one is a lot cooler, but it's like 150 euros. Fuck that. I ain't paying 150 euros. Nope. This guy was like, what, €2? That's a hell of a price swing. That is a massive delta. 150 to 2. Damn. So this guy, green, red, white, for 4/3 legendary rabbit warrior. Tap 2 and tap token control. So right there, I should go with the token theme. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap 3 and tap token control. Draw a card. Token theme. Tap 4 and tap token control. Put 3. Look, I got a bunny.
Is that a bunny?
That's a bunny. He's a bunny warrior. Well, he's a rabbit warrior, but he's a bunny warrior.
Okay.
And see, there's little bunnies behind him.
Oh yeah.
See, he's got a helmet on.
Oh yeah. Is he gonna fart?
He's gonna take that weapon, whatever the hell it is, and shove it up somebody's nose.
Or the butt?
Probably not their butt.
Why?
Well, maybe they'd run away from him and he couldn't get to the nose, so yeah, you'd have to shove it up their butt. Sideways. That would hurt, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's glowing too, so it probably burns.
It looks like a chili. Look, because here's red and here's a little part of green.
What do you mean, like a chili? What's a chili?
Chili paprika.
You think that it looks like a chili pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a chili pepper. Oh, he's going to shove a chili pepper on a stick up somebody's nose.
Yeah.
That'll burn.
Yeah. Is that the last card?
That's the last card for today, yeah?
Okay. So bye-bye, everybody.